Bitcoin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have bottomed out, Novogratz is bullish. Bottomed out, don't ever rise is bearish.
Bearish positive 13 puncher.
Novogratz is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.
Yo, welcome everyone to today's cryptocurrency price prediction and technical analysis live stream. Bitcoin is right now in the past few hours breaking quite an important trendline area of resistance, something we have definitely been paying attention to for the past few days. Yes, we were able not only to get a breakout right here, but also some kind of a bullish retest at approximately $66,700 only a few hours ago. And I'm quite sure right now, a lot of you probably are right now wondering, can Bitcoin from here right now continue higher? What is the next price target? And of course also, if our bearish LA2F count, our bearish scenario is right now invalidated. Of course, we are going to talk about this exact stuff on today's crypto live stream. We are really going to do quite an in-depth technical analysis, not only on Bitcoin. Later, I also want to go through Ethereum and also through XRP, maybe also through some other altcoins, but definitely mainly, first of all, we need to focus on what has been happening with Bitcoin right now for the past few days. Of course, welcome everyone that is right now joining today's cryptocurrency live stream. If you haven't already, of course, smash up the like button. And I do think right now it is really a good time for me to just focus on the chart for us to simply do the entire Bitcoin technical analysis. So first of all, you can clearly right now see, yes, we are able to break quite an important trendline area of resistance. Now, looking at this trendline and only at this trendline and nothing else, closing the candles above our area of resistance, it is definitely a bullish Bitcoin indication, and one could even say some kind of a sign of strength. Of course, already a few days ago right here, Bitcoin got the first push up and we got a rejection back down. But also, something I was mentioning in my previous videos is very simply, more times we retest a specific level, the higher the likelihood of a successful breakout. So right now on the first test right here, we got quite a high probability of getting a rejection back down. On the second test of the level, definitely already a higher probability that we are right now actually going to get a push towards the upside. Now, one thing that a lot of people probably on the breakout are paying attention to, of course, also including myself, is when you go right now with a volume indicator here, how is the volume looking like? And so far on the 4-hourly, on the 2-hourly, also on the 1-hourly time frame, sure, we definitely got quite a significant pump right here, but also on this first push towards the upside. I mean, you be the judge, but it really does seem like not a lot of volume came in the market only, in the past few hours here. We got a push down, retesting level, and already with this entire push up, we tried to get right here some kind of a successful breakout for Bitcoin to push much higher towards the upside. Now, this right here is right now my idea. Of course, the volume is probably very low, because we are trading in the middle of the weekend. So, of course, looking at the volume right here, it's nothing spectacular. We are pushing higher with a little bit of a volume increase. But also, I want to actually say like that, because we are trading in the middle of the weekend, probably not a lot of people are paying attention to this exact breakout. So if you right now look at this, right, if not a lot of people are right now paying attention to this, and we right now continue higher, probably a lot of people are going to miss the entire push towards the upside. And to be honest, right now, ideally, I would like Bitcoin to get a bigger push towards the upside, even though we are not at the moment seeing any crazy volume coming in the market. But actually, the main reason for it is going to be because it's the second attempt of the breakout of this major trend line. So again, right here, it was the first attempt. We definitely stopped out and also trapped a lot of people exactly at this specific area. And if you right now think logically, right, people that were holding a short position of Bitcoin with this entire push-up, probably they got stopped out. Stop losses were hit. They also potentially got liquidated. Additionally, because of course we started closing the candles above the level, probably a lot of people fired a brand new long trade. Now on the rejection back down, of course, they definitely already got wrecked. So if they got wrecked, probably also, of course, they are not going to look to fire another long trade right now on this specific breakout. So I would actually say like that. If you're not holding any long or buy trades on Bitcoin, I would personally much rather at the area where we are as right now, fire a long and not a short trade. Of course, if you are trading this breakout right here, or at least some kind of an attempt of the breakout, you definitely need to be still very, very careful, because later in the video, I am going to show you some kind of a bearish indication on one of the very important indicators. But nevertheless, if you're right now going with some kind of the breakout trade, approximately at this specific area, the invalidation is also going to be quite a simple one, below the trendline area of support, targeting definitely this specific high as being the first take profit. And of course, also later in the video, I'm going to show you exactly why this specific area is a very important one. But right now, like, I'm not doing any crazy technical analysis, right? Looking at the trend line, logically thinking, it is definitely going to be some kind of a bullish indication of Bitcoin breaking this level literally straight towards the upside. Of course, one thing that is right now very, very clear, we did hit a very important area of resistance. So what you can right now do, Fibonacci retracement, we are going to go from the high here back towards the low. You be the judge, but yeah, it really does look like we came very, very close towards the golden Fibonacci ratio. If you look like that, the level actually was not hit, it was slightly front run, which is another reason why ideally I would like to get right here on Bitcoin at least some kind of a rotation back towards the upside. But also right now, you go with the fixed range volume profile, measuring the entire bottom price action with volume. It does seem like we got a rejection at the value area high, at the highest volume area of resistance, and of course also after taking the liquidity above the recent high. So clearly, yes, sure, we got a rejection at a very important key level. But I would say like that, if right now we are able to continue higher, reclaim our value area high here, I mean, it is already going to be some kind of a bullish indication. Ideally, then we break our golden Fibonacci ratio and go even higher towards another very important price target. But the thing is, would I fire a long trade if Bitcoin right here does continue higher and reclaim the value area high? Of course not. I would much rather fire a long trade where we are as right now. Why so? Because if you're going to wait for Bitcoin to reclaim the value area high here, you're almost going to be longing directly into the golden Fibonacci ratio. And in my opinion, this right here is definitely not the best idea. So if you're right now looking for another trade, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. My personal opinion, if we are going to, for example, chop around this area right now for the next few hours, potential entry right here, stop loss below our trendline area of support, looking ideally right here for a bigger rotation back up above our recent high to approximately 69,200 US dollar area. Now, one thing that probably some people are right now paying attention to is going to be some kind of a symmetrical triangle we can identify on the 1 hourly time frame. So again, people simply love patterns. They go with a long trade on the breakout, they go with a short trade on the breakdown. So what we can right to do, let me remove all of the levels from the chart. We are still staying on the 1 hourly time frame. We are going to be connecting our higher lows with a trendline area of support, connecting our lower highs with a diagonal area of resistance. And it does seem like Bitcoin might even be forming right here some kind of a symmetrical triangle. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of trading the breakouts or the breakdowns because you're simply late to the party. But yeah, right now with this specific triangle, I would say that if we start breaking it towards the upside, again, simply pay attention first of all to the golden Fibonacci ratio. But again, personally, I definitely would not long right here. I would much rather fire a long or a buy position approximately at the area where we are. And also actually later in the video, I am going to share with you another quite an important area that you can be paying attention to in a case Bitcoin right here does get another rotation back down. If we do get right here a rotation back down, hitting this specific support area right here is going to be quite a good thing because we are going to do something that usually happens before a bigger reversal back towards the upside. Unfortunately, I don't know if the level is going to get hit, but usually when you want to fire a long position, it is best to fire it at the area of support. You need to ask yourself, are we right now at the area of support? Not really, because of course we are only breaking the trendline area of resistance towards the upside. But the thing is, potentially we can still do right here another bullish retest, maybe even hit the bottom of the triangle, and of course right here potentially look to fire a long or a buy trade. This long position right here is going to be, in my opinion, the best one. But more about this exact setup slightly later, because it is going to be a beautiful one, especially if this specific area right here is actually going to hold. Now, before I show you a bullish scenario, I want to talk about a bearish scenario, because remember, I never know what happens next on Bitcoin. I don't know if we go up, I don't know if we go down. But the thing is, you do not need to know in which direction we are going to go for you to make money in the market. The only thing you need to know when you're trading is at what level you're entering, where it's your invalidation level, and where you're taking the profit of the table. So that is why, yeah, even though potentially you can still be looking for a long position approximately at the area right here, maybe even already right now where we are, I would say before we talk about a bullish scenario, we need to talk about why you need to have proper risk management. Because if Bitcoin right here, right now, is going to get a major push down and you're not going to be setting a stop loss in case you right now enter a long trade, you can literally get completely wrecked. Something I was talking about in my free VIP Discord server, yeah, right here. On 3rd of April, only a few days ago, I was talking about this bearish ETH count. If I remember correctly, I also mentioned it in my video that I posted on Friday. But yeah, right here I said this means a big dump will happen in the next few days. Of course, if Bitcoin right now is going to go and follow the bearish ETH count, we can literally be expecting a major dump. But the thing is, what I also wrote right here, no need to guess up or down. If we start breaking the big volume support level at 66,000, this will be a red flag, and we are probably looking for a major push down next. Until that happens, I don't think it is smart to immediately look for lower. So very simply, I'm not trying to right now predict up, down, left, right. Of course, we all know we can move up, we can move down. But of course, not a lot of people know where it's ideal to fire a long trade and where to actually look for another short or a sell trade. Because right now, Bitcoin is not breaking a major support level down, I would say, ideally, of course, as we said before, we are looking for a rotation back up because simply we are also breaking a trendline area of resistance straight towards the upside. And this right here is a bullish Bitcoin indication. But of course, again, in a case we invalidate our breakout right here, we hit our stop loss on the long trade, only in this scenario, we are going to look for lower. And how is right now a local bearish ETH count on, let's just say, 1 hour time frame going to look like? Now again, as we said before, we almost hit our golden Fibonacci ratio at our 0.618 Fibonacci extension level. I mean, technically speaking, the level was not hit, but the thing is, if it does get hit, for example, and then we do something like this, we can still talk about a bearish ETH count. So how is a bearish ETH count on the 1 hour time frame right now looking like? So we can identify that potentially Bitcoin here got an impulse down. Right now we are probably forming a corrective structure, which is the second elite wave. This structure looks extremely corrective right now, probably because we are in the middle of the weekend, but nevertheless it can be our second elite wave. And in this scenario we are looking for another major push down for the third elite wave. The main targets of a major push down here are below 60,000. We go with our extension, we go from the high to the lower right here back towards the high. And yeah, this local LE12 count for the third wave is going to be 62,000. The bigger one I shared right here in my Discord right here is going to be below 60,000 US dollar area. But most importantly, if Bitcoin right now starts breaking approximately 66,000 US dollar area of support, major red flag. And in this scenario, we are looking literally right here for a major dump back towards downside. Until that happens, once again, ideally, I want to see higher. And in my opinion, it is still better for us to fire another long or buy trade, because simply breaking a trendline area of resistance towards the upside is definitely a very nice bullish Bitcoin indication. Another, some kind, I just say, bullish indication is right now happening on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map now. Now, on this one, on the 1 week time frame, sure, I would agree with you, it doesn't look that bullish. Because clearly right now, you can see that the biggest liquidations are coming in exactly below the recent low at approximately 65,500. Over 150 million of long trades are going to get racked if we do get right here another push down. On the other hand, if we go here on the 2 week time frame, zooming out, and also remember, every single time a higher time frame is a more important one than a lower time frame, this one is actually showing us a completely different story. Bigger liquidations, not below the recent lows, but actually above the recent highs. You can see here over 220 million of short trades get racked if Bitcoin does right here get another push towards the downside. And that is, in my opinion, quite significant. That is why this, I mean, the 2 week time frame right here is a much more bullish one. And of course, also because it's a higher term time frame, it's going to be more of an important one. That is why, again, ideally, right here from the area where we are, maybe even if we get right here another bullish retest of the trend line and then continue higher, that is why, yeah, ideally, and also in terms of probabilities, in my opinion, we do have right here still a high probability of pushing towards the upside. Again, I don't know if we actually get a push up here. The only thing is, it's a very simple, very easy invalidation level in case Bitcoin right here does get a break of the value area low. Below this specific area of approximately 66,000 US dollars. We break our value area low, we break our daily, our weekly high term time frame areas right here, definitely a major red flag. And only in this scenario, I get more bearish, looking for lower. And also, of course, if we break this support level, I am going to get stopped out on my long trades. For now, I do remain in my long trade on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum that I entered approximately at this specific area already a few days ago. But right now, to be honest, I'm not doing literally anything. I am in long trades right here from lower. I already took some profits approximately at this area, but nevertheless, I do remain in my long trades, looking if Bitcoin potentially is going to get right here another rotation back towards the upside. Now, let me share with you what, in my opinion, is going to be the best long position that we could potentially get right here in the upcoming hours. I don't know if it's going to happen. That is why before I said to you, if I would right now be looking for a trade, potentially a trade right now already with a stop loss below the trendline area of support. But the thing is, on the 30-minute time from here, you can see that Bitcoin for the past few days has been forming a lot of higher lows. You can see here, we got the low, we got a higher low, another higher low, another higher low, and also right here, another higher low. I do think there is a very high chance that the liquidity below the lows right here is going to get taken. The question is, when are we going to take the liquidity? Are we first going to get a push up here, then a rejection back down, and maybe then, of course, continue higher above this specific high? Or is Bitcoin simply right now already going to get another push down? In my opinion, in terms of the ideal scenario, is that we get a push down first and then continue higher. But nevertheless, those higher lows right here are a beautiful level where potentially we might be looking to enter another long or a buy trade, what we said before, with an invalidation level below the trendline area of support, below our recent lows. So those levels right here, those higher lows, are literally a beautiful liquidity level Bitcoin. But also right now, we go with our Fibonacci retracement once again. We go from our swing low here, we go to the high, and you can see the golden Fibonacci ratio, surprisingly or maybe even not, coming in exactly below our recent lows. So it really does look like this area, if Bitcoin potentially right now does get a push down, is a very important one. Golden Fibonacci ratio trendline area of support is going to potentially get another bullish retest. And of course, also, we are going to grab quite a lot of liquidity exactly below the recent lows. And yeah, liquidity level plus a golden Fibonacci ratio, usually it is a beautiful area of support. So if you right now ask me how a beautiful long position is right now going to look like on Bitcoin, we go right here with a long trade. We know where we are entering. We don't know if the trade is going to play out. That is why we do have proper risk management, stop loss below our trend line, targeting again, ideally targeting this specific high at approximately 69,000 US dollars. This trade, I do think it does have quite a nice potential, especially if Bitcoin right now, first of all, does get a push down before actually then hitting our golden Fibonacci ratio slightly above the high here at approximately 68,000. But yeah, this specific support level, in my opinion, beautiful one, simple invalidation level, and yeah, it's a level because, it's a good level because of the golden Fibonacci ratio and also because it's a beautiful liquidity level right here. Now, let me do share with you why this area on Bitcoin at 69,000 is also going to be quite a nice price target if we do continue higher. And yeah, if we go above our high, I am going to take slightly more profits out of my long trade on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. So you probably remember, if we go right now on the 4-hourly, that we talked about also in my free VIP Discord server, we talked about this anchored VWAP. Actually, no, not this one. Let's see if we go higher. No, never mind. Maybe I did not mention it, but I'm quite sure I did mention it in one, at least in one of the videos, right? So we go right here with the anchored VWAP. We anchor it at this specific high. This anchored VWAP is coming in at 69,400. And also, again, it is not a random level. Fibonacci retracement from the high here back towards the low. It really does look like golden Fibonacci ratio, anchored VWAP, and additionally, not one, but two liquidity levels coming in exactly right here. This right here, in my opinion, it's a beautiful target that I'm definitely looking at in the upcoming days, in the upcoming week, let's just say, because you can see here, first liquidity level, it's a beautiful one at 69,260, and then another one slightly higher at approximately 69,400 US dollars. So let me right now show you my ideal scenario on Bitcoin. Of course, as we said before, ideally, first of all, we get a push down here, grab liquidity, and then pump it literally straight towards our liquidity level, or simply right now already, we pump it directly towards the golden Fibonacci ratio here, right here. This level, in my opinion, a beautiful one. Two liquidity levels, anchored VWAP, golden Fibonacci ratio, and of course also, don't forget, quite an important and a major liquidations cluster. So that is why, yeah, ideally right here, of course, I do remain in my long trades. Ideally, I'm looking for higher. If I'm wrong on the idea, I get stopped out on my trades at break even. But yeah, at least we tried with the trade, and yeah, I also do think we are trading right here the probabilities, and yeah, currently pretty much it does look like the higher probability is for Bitcoin to get another push up towards our golden Fibonacci ratio, which, yes, if you look like that, it was almost hit to the exact dollar accuracy, but ideally, before a rejection, what we say, we take at least some liquidity. Was this level also a liquidity level? Yes, it was some kind of a liquidity level because we grabbed some liquidity above those highs right here, but the thing is, if you zoom in right now, ideally, what we would like to get here, Bitcoin, that is why I was also mentioning in one of my videos, ideally we get a push up here, take this specific high, and then dump it back down. So that is why this golden Fibonacci ratio remains one of the best levels you can be targeting if Bitcoin right here, right now, is going to be able to get another push towards the upside. After we hit our golden pocket, I definitely would be then slightly more careful. Why so? Because what if we go right now with the Adler stochastic CG oscillator right here on the daily time frame? It really does look like we are right now reaching the overbought area. Yeah, last time we were in the overbought, Bitcoin topped out, we got quite a significant push down, overbought right here, push down, double top pattern here, we got a push down. So clearly it does look like once we are in the overbought area, it is a bearish indication for Bitcoin. And right now we are already at the overbought area, which technically speaking, it is already going to be some kind of a bearish indication on BTC, but also on the weekly time frame, pretty much the exact same story. Overbought right here, dump it down. Overbought area, remember today is Sunday, so tomorrow this indicator probably it is going to be even more overbought, which yeah, technically speaking, it is going to be another bearish Bitcoin indication. That is why at some important resistances, for example, this one here, maybe even if Bitcoin does go higher towards this level right here, I am definitely more than interested to fire another short or sell trade. Until that happens, or until we are going to, of course, break our major support level, ideally, I want to see higher, this golden pocket, or maybe even we go above this specific high, which is also actually going to be another very important area of resistance. Now, one could potentially actually say to me, bro, Bitcoin is right now still moving in quite a significant downtrend. Going right now with the exponential moving averages on the 4-hourly. Clearly, it does look like Bitcoin is right now being in a downtrend. 4-hourly, 50 and 200 EMA are saying to us average downtrend is definitely present right now. On the 2-hourly, also in a downtrend, 1-hourly also in a downtrend. So it does look like we are in a downtrend or on pretty much all of our high-term time frames. But I would say because our major resistances still have not been hit, that is why ideally I'm looking right here for higher. Then if we are still going to be in a downtrend on the 4-hourly time frame, we can then say, okay, we are in a downtrend, we are at a key level, we took the liquidity here, and then potentially we might be looking right here for another push down. Now, one thing that I would like to check right now is the 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension. To be honest, I have not done this before. I just remembered that potentially what we can do here, Fibonacci, we go from this low back towards the high, back towards this low. We go with our 1-to-1, and this level is going to come in at 70,000. Okay, so this one is slightly higher than our golden Fibonacci ratio, right? Yeah, it is definitely higher. Definitely higher than our golden Fibonacci ratio. What if we go with the 0.786? Let me go right here. Okay, this one is then even higher. So this 1-to-1 could be an important one, sure. But yeah, the first one that I said before to you is definitely going to be the golden Fibonacci ratio. In my opinion, a better level to target because it does align with the anchored VWAP and also with the previous high. Sure, potentially if we get right here a bigger deviation and then a rejection back down, it of course can happen. But yeah, ideally, if Bitcoin is going to get a rejection approximately right here, I would like our golden Fibonacci ratio to actually be respected more than our 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level. Now, also, in the next few hours, Bitcoin is going to probably confirm a brand new weekly high-term time frame area of support. So this level, or actually this candle, is going to be closed in 4 hours and 32 minutes. So we need to identify right now a new level right here, which is going to be the weekly. I am going to put it directly in my folder here. So this level is going to come in. Yeah, okay. I mean, it really does look like this area is a major and a very important level for Bitcoin. Weekly level is coming in almost exactly at 66,000. So again, it does align almost exactly also with the value area low of the entire bottom price action. So losing this support level, major red flag. Right now, you can clearly see a fresh weekly level is coming in right here, and losing a fresh weekly level in a combination with the value area low, it is going to be a major red flag. So far, so good. We are above the level. That is why, of course, as I said before to you, ideally, I would like Bitcoin to get another push up. But I mean, if we do start losing this specific support level, major red flag, our bearish scenario is going to activate. And in this scenario, of course, we are looking for a major push down below 60,000 US dollars. Now, also, one thing I want to mention here, if you go with the Bitcoin monthly returns here, the month of April, if you look like that, it has been slightly more bullish than bearish in the past few years. For example, in 2013, we got one bullish year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bullish years for April, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if you look like that, 5 versus 8 years were bearish versus bullish, right? So if you look like that, there is a higher probability that the month of April is going to be a bullish one right here. But the thing is, as we said before, if we start rejecting at some of the resistances that I just showed you, potentially we can be looking for quite a significant push down below 60,000 US dollars. So again, if Bitcoin does start hitting our major resistances right here, I am still going to be very much then interested to fire another short or sell position on Bitcoin, and of course also taking a lot of profits from my long trade on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. Now, what if we go with the Bitcoin CME future chart here? This one did get a close at approximately 67,100 US dollars. Right now we are at 67,400 US dollars. So again, this right here can be another reason why. So I mean, you can see right here, 67,100 is going to be approximately right here. I mean, it's not really going to be that big of a push down if you look like that. But yeah, again, as we said before, ideally, before Bitcoin does continue higher, takes the liquidity below the recent low, something like that, and then we go higher. That is, in my opinion, going to be the most ideal scenario. Is it going to happen? Unfortunately, I don't know. If it does happen, I mean, potentially, of course, you could be looking for a long trade right here, stop below the support level, looking for a push up. But yeah, right now, if we already go, if we are already going to go higher, definitely again, first pay attention to the golden Fibonacci ratio here, but ideally even higher, above this specific high, above 69,000 US dollars. That is right now why, of course, I would appreciate for you to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel if you want. You can also get some free bonuses using the links down below in the description. On Bybit, right now, you register, you get 30,000 completely for free. You register with my link, you get 20 USDT. You then also deposit, you get another 20 USDT. And also, you open your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the first link down below in the description. So yeah, I would appreciate also if you subscribe and also like the video. But let me right now open up the chat to see exactly what you're saying. If you maybe understand, I mean, not understand, of course, probably, hopefully, you do understand what I'm saying here. But also, I'm curious to see what is your opinion. Do you think we can go up? Do you think we can go down? And also, are you right now maybe even looking for a short or maybe a long trade? Let's see. Can we see algo? Yeah, I mean, by the way, to be honest, I haven't really announced this. Also, I'm not going to do it right now. But yeah, there is something happening behind the scenes, and you are probably going to see the results of our labor in the upcoming, let's just say in the upcoming days, in the upcoming weeks, because yeah, something it is being developed behind the scenes, but more about that in the future. Monthly prediction is stupid. To be honest, last year people was saying October, it turned up to be Rectober. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with this. It's kind of hard to say in terms of the months, if we go up or if we go down. But the thing is, that is why usually, first of all, I like to pay attention to the chart itself before actually then paying attention to the monthly returns, right? But yeah, I mean, I would say they do have a valid point, because usually the month of October is being a bullish month, right? So I would say there is at least some data backing this up, being October instead of Rectober. But the thing is, of course, it doesn't always play out. So I would say, if there is some data, and also, of course, this data right here is quite an objective one, right? If the data is objective, and also it is repeating on a bigger data set, and of course, in this scenario, it is repeating from 2013, you can definitely use it. But yeah, in this scenario, I mean, previous October, it wasn't really a bullish one. Nevertheless, if you look like that, we still had a higher probability of having the October being in green. Unfortunately, it's not 100%, but yeah, nevertheless, still, if you look like that, we are trading right here the probabilities. That is why you should be expecting that another October, the upcoming October, it is going to be a bullish month because of the data that happened in the past. And again, this data is an objective data. Let's see. I think it will retest 65,000 double bottom and then take the 72,000 liquidity. If we go below 65 or actually 66,000, I do think it is already going to be kind of a bearish indication. That is why ideally I don't want Bitcoin to drop below 66,000. 65,000. Clearly, in this scenario, we are going to be breaking a major support level, which, yeah, I mean, we need to reclaim then the support level as soon as possible. If it doesn't, if Bitcoin doesn't reclaim it, major red flag, major red flag. I can see my comment. I guess you can. I don't know. 100 daily EMA not touched. 100 daily EMA. Let me see. If we go here with the 100 one, let me change this to 100. Let me remove this one. Daily time frame. You're saying it hasn't been touched. Right here, we touched it beautifully. Here, you're saying we are going to touch it at approximately... Okay, so if we go towards this 100 exponential moving average on the daily time frame, that is going to mean we are going to go above this, or actually not above, almost exactly towards this specific trend line. I mean, to be honest, I really like this. If we are going to go that high towards this area, it means we touch the 100 EMA on the daily, we hit the trend line area of resistance, and also you need to understand, the test of the trend line is going to be the first one. I mean, you can clearly see right here, the first test of the trend line, we got a major rejection back down. So that is why if Bitcoin right here, right now, does get a push up and hits this level, quite a big resistance. And yeah, potentially, of course, we could be looking right here for a major rejection back down. I really like this one, actually. Thank you very much, Yimari Yizinanu. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. But yeah, thank you very much for sharing this with us. I have a question. Do you think if the war escalates, it could affect the market even further, or is crypto considered kind of a mature market now? I mean, if you look like that, even the stock market reacts to those news. So no, I wouldn't say the market is mature in terms of this way of saying that the war or the news do not affect it. I would definitely say it can affect it, but I would say that it can accelerate the move, but probably it is not 100% caused by the news that come out. So I would say, because there are a lot of people that actually trade the news, there are also a lot of people that do not trade the news and trade only technicals. And I would say like that, show me the chart and I will tell you the news. That is why, for example, I'm telling to you, if Bitcoin right now does get a push towards the upside, hits our resistance, and here we hit, or actually we get major news coming out about the war. I mean, sure, the news definitely accelerated that the price then went down, but we also knew we hit a major area of resistance, right? That is why I would say, sure, it can affect the price, but you cannot really trade this. You can actually trade the chart, you know the level, and that is why you enter the trade. I definitely would not enter a trade because some news are going to come out, because probably you are going to be late to the party. Let's see. Maybe we touch the upside trend line of the bear flag. I don't have any bear flags right here. I maybe do think I know what you mean potentially here. Maybe something like this. Higher, I mean, this trend line area of resistance and support. It's not a bear flag because it is taking a very long time to develop. That is why it's not a valid one. But no, ideally, I'm looking right here for something like this. Push down, take the liquidity, then ideally pump it towards the upside. If not a pump, stop below the support level, we get stopped out. We are looking then in this scenario for quite a big push down. Let's see. Yo, we have 3-day death cross and GC golden. Wait, I'm not sure GC what is. Flipped red. Thoughts. 3-day. I personally do not retrade this. I of course pay attention to this, but don't trade it. So, like, you can look, for example, at the death cross and see with historical data if actually it has played out or not. If it hasn't played out, you should probably not really pay attention to it, right? So, I mean, actually, we can go right now with it. I think there is an indicator called... Do I even have it right here? Let's see, death cross. Oh, yeah, right here. We go with this one. You're saying 3-day time frame. Let me check it. We go without this. We go without the trend line. We go without this one. So on the 3-day, we got a death cross already, if you look like that. I mean, many days ago. So not sure which one you're paying attention to here. But it looks like, for example, with this one, we got a death cross. Bitcoin went lower. Right here, we got right now also a death cross. Technically speaking, this right now is still going to be a bearish indication of BTC. So not exactly to which death cross you're right now paying attention to, but this one, I mean, it has happened already many days ago in the past. Let's see. How low do you believe we could go in this cycle? I do think very high probability Bitcoin goes below 60,000 at least. My ideal target, to be honest, is approximately 52,000 US dollar area, maybe 50. I mean, ultimate low, I would say, is below this low. Below, yeah, pretty much below 50,000. I don't think, sure, we can do something like this. We go below the low here, and then we reverse and pump it. So I wouldn't be targeting anything crazy below 50,000. I would say this area is the ultimate bottom if it actually happens, but ideally slightly higher, let's just say right here. I do think if Bitcoin bottoms out right here, a lot of people are going to wait for this low to be taken. Maybe we don't take it and we pump it straight towards the upside. So ideally, we take out this low below 60,000, we bottom out around this area, then we pump it towards the upside. I do think very high probability that this low right here is going to get taken out in the upcoming weeks. So yeah, I'm definitely paying attention to it. In the previous pump, it took the liquidity above 68,000 golden pocket, then rejected with volume going back, and now it's rejecting again at 68,000. Looks like 68k is the new resistance. 68,000 US dollars. So you're talking about pretty much this level where we are right now getting a rejection off of. I mean, clearly it is a resistance, right? Because when measuring the entire bottom price action, value area high, it was exactly here. So it is a very important level. And also, by the way, you go with the volume, measure the entire price action here, like this. And you can notice, let me actually remove everything here. We go and have a clean chart. We remove also this one. Actually, not this one. We remove and go with this one. POC, point of control, historically, support level right here, some kind of a resistance, yeah, so it is definitely a point of control. So it's not a random level, and it's definitely a very important one because it is the biggest volume cluster of the entire bottom price section. So clearly a very important level. Yeah, exactly this one. Last 3 times it had a big crash down. I would say so far it looks like it is still being a bearish death cross. So yeah, technically speaking, we should be expecting lower. And also, of course, because of the liquidity being below the recent lows, I would say very high probability we take it and then we pump it back up. Hello Hyper, when the alt season come? In previous cycle, we see it by now, until now, 4 years not occurred. Very hard to say because I would agree with you. With this cycle, the altcoins, a lot of altcoins struggled a lot. And if you look like that, if you go right now on CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin formed an all-time high, Ethereum formed an all-time high, and also XRP. Actually, also BNB, Solana did it, Tron, I don't think so, let me see. TRX, not a lot of altcoins, not a lot of altcoins actually formed a new all-time high. Okay, TRX also got a major pump right here. But yeah, it really does look like not a lot of altcoins. If you're going to go, for example, Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink, XLM, whatever. It does look like not a lot of them formed a new all-time high. So I would say like that. Sure, the altcoin season can happen, but in terms of what portfolio you should be, what altcoins you should be including in your portfolio, in my opinion, the more you go with Bitcoin, the safer you are. But of course, in this scenario, you're not probably going to make the most amount of money. So I would say let's just say for the next cycle, it is best to position, of course, with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with Solana, and then maybe go with some smaller ones that you think they can actually perform. But the thing is, for the only for the bigger, let's just say bigger, longer holding, right? For investing for, I don't know, years, decades, maybe even. To be honest, I would go only with Bitcoin and nothing else. Sure, we can get Ethereum get a major push towards the upside, towards an all-time high. But look right now on this monthly time frame. We got a major pump here. If you go right now from here to the where we are, we got 306% right now, still being up if you bought the exact bottom. For Ethereum, you bought right here approximately. Wait, let me see. We bought them here no, actually, let's go right here with this bottom, right? You bought, for example, right here. You got 90% right now. So clearly, this looks like Bitcoin right now is holding its value much better versus Ethereum. Also, for example, if you're going to go with Solana, I mean, Solana, to be honest, this one definitely performed very, very well. But yeah, I would say long-term holding, Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. For short term, if you're trading the cycles or whatever, sure, you can also go with some of the altcoins, but yeah, Bitcoin, in my opinion, being a store of value for longer period of time, I would say it's actually a very good one. So yeah, right now, actually, you can definitely smash up the like button here, subscribe to the channel. Now, let's talk about Ethereum. Let me share with you also quite a nice setup right here on the Ethereum chart, because if Bitcoin does right here get and offer us a nice long trade approximately at this area, which is going to be approximately, let's just say 1.26%, Ethereum ideal level is 2.2%. So look at this. We have right here, let me go with this one. We have one low here. We have the second low here. And also we have the third low here. So quite a nice area of support in terms of liquidity if Bitcoin and of course also Ethereum do get a push down. Of course, I was longing at this golden Fibonacci ratio and I do remain in this long trade. So let me right now remove it. I'm also going to remove the weekly. I mean, this level was hit literally exactly to the dollar accuracy. Let me see if we are confirming a new monthly or the week. Okay, Ethereum did confirm a new monthly level right here. Oh, by the way, also Bitcoin got it, I think. Let me see, BTC, yeah. Bitcoin also got the monthly level here, but right now we are already trading exactly at the monthly open. So I personally wouldn't go with this level anymore on Bitcoin. However, I would have it right here on Ethereum. This is the monthly level on Ethereum. Let me see. Let me pull it directly in the folder. This is the monthly high-term time frame area of support. Let me go on the weekly time frame. We also are forming a new weekly level here. Okay, so this level, it's quite a nice one. Let me also pull it directly in the folder. Daily time frame. Let's see this one. Okay, so we have. Let me enable all of them. We have this daily. I don't think it was hit. I think we got a slight front run of this daily. Yeah, it was a front run. We can go with another one, being this one. This is another daily area of resistance. Okay, those are now the high-term time frame levels. I don't want to focus right now on resistances. I want to focus only on support levels. So let me go again with the monthly. What is this one? This is this one. Let me remove it, or actually let me hide it. Like this. We go also with the weekly right here. So we have the weekly, we have the monthly. This area, it's a beautiful one, but of course it is going to be slightly lower. I don't think this level gets hit if we start going towards the liquidity level and get a reaction back up. I personally wouldn't target those two levels directly, at least right now. So actually, let me remove them from the chart for now. Let's see. If we go on the 4 hourly, I would like to measure the entire bottom price action with the volume. POC, where we are right now, not very useful. I'm going to remove it. Let's see. Okay, let me go with some anchored VWAPs. I think we do have some anchored VWAPs here. Okay, yeah, where we are right now, pretty much not very useful, not very useful. Let's go with this one. It was the resistance, so also not very useful. At least it doesn't align with our liquidity level here. We go with Fibonacci from the low here. Let me go with the exact low back towards the high. With the golden Fibonacci ratio, this level has already been hit here, but I would still say, because the 0.65 hasn't been hit, I would say it's still a valid level. And yeah, to be honest, right now, this area remains one of the best support levels, local support levels for Ethereum, stop loss below the support level. And also, of course, what you can trade is simply a liquidity grab. That means push down, reaction back up, close the candle above the recent low, you enter a long trade, very simply, stop below the support level, or actually below the recent low, targeting, ideally, of course, a major pump. And this trade, something like this, a swing failure pattern, can really give you a good risk to reward ratio trade. So this level, golden pocket, liquidity levels here. Let me see if we have anything else. No volume levels, it looks like. What if we measure only this area? I'm curious, but probably, yeah, okay. If you look like that, it is the value area low. So if you look like that, losing the value area low is a bearish indication, right? However, it's still right now acting as a support level. So we can do something like this, reaction back up, stop below the low, and of course also below the value area low. In case lost, bearish indication, we look for lower. At least right now, it looks like that the level is still holding, right? So that is why this area could be potentially an area where we could be looking for a long or buy trade. I am going to set an alert. Let me see at what level. I'm going to set an alert at this level right here. This level is going to be 2014 US dollars. I do have an alert here. So once the level is triggered, I get a notification on my phone. Look at the reaction. Are we closing the candle above the low? If so, I enter the trade, stop loss below the low. Let's see what happens next. And yeah, this area right now, in my opinion, it's a beautiful one if you're right now looking for a trade. Not saying the trade is going to play out. That is why, of course, you need to have proper risk management with the stop loss. But yeah, at least it's a nice level where potentially we might be looking for a long entry. XRP. This one, I do think I mentioned about this one already. I mean, in previous live stream, I was talking about the 4 hourly support level where we are right now. We got a lot of liquidity grabs on this one. So we got the first low here, another low, another low. And if you right now go with the RSI indicator on this one, I think on the 4 hourly, we are getting some kind of higher lows. Lower lows on the XRP price, some kind of higher lows being formed on the RSI indicator, which could be, or actually it is, a bullish indication. Also, when you go with the MACD, you have higher lows here. So that is why also on XRP, I would be looking for a long trade very, very soon. And where? Exactly at this liquidity level. So what I'm going to do, I don't have an alert here right now set. I'm going to set an alert here. A beautiful level if it's going to get hit at approximately 1.2692 US dollars. Stop after we get a liquidity grab below the recent low, ideally looking right here for another beautiful rotation back towards the upside. But I do think that right now this level, it is a beautiful one. I'm not going to do any other analysis. Actually, what we can do here is measure this price action, but we are below the value area low, which is not ideal. But the thing is, Bitcoin usually leads the way, right? So if Bitcoin does get a bounce, if Ethereum does get a bounce, XRP probably, it's not really going to go lower, right? It is probably going to do something like this, and then ideally a bounce towards the upside. Alert right here on XRP, alert right now on Ethereum. On Bitcoin, I don't have an alert, and I'm also not going to send an alert right here for BTC, at least right now, because I am already in quite a nice long trade on BTC. I am potentially going to scale into the long trade on Ethereum after we take the liquidity below the low here. But yeah, those right here are going to be in my opinion at least, the best long entries that we can right to be paying attention to on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and also on XRP. Again, if you want to trade with us, you can get a free bonus using the first link down below. $20 bonus only after you register. With my link, you deposit, you get another 20 USDT. You register, you trade, and you're also going to get another free bonus using the first link down below in the description. Let me right now look at the chat again, and then and yeah, we can see what if you maybe have any questions. Hello Hyper, can you do the same for BTC? To be honest, we already analyzed Bitcoin price, so I definitely recommend you rewatch the live stream. Bro, please spamming here. I guess it'll take the weekly liquidity at 63,500, and then I guess it'll go to 80,000. This right here is not my first. Personally, I don't think this is. It is a good target. Don't get me wrong, because it is a liquidity level. But ideally, I first want to see up and then down. Let's see if it happens. But this level, I would say it's a good one. Not my first target. Great stuff, bro. Thank you for the good analysis. You are welcome, Ramses Segundo. Thank you very much for a very nice comment. Crypto has never been through a real global recession. Bitcoin was created exactly because of the last recession and the big money printing. So I wonder how it will behave if we have a big recession. Probably very similar to the stock market, right? Stock market got a major push down in the recession, especially S&P 500, Nasdaq, of course, all of them got a major push down. And I do think Bitcoin is going to follow. Probably in terms of percentages, 80% maybe even, if we actually right here get a major recession. But of course, we'll see how it plays out. I'm in crypto since 2021. Really appreciate your videos and analysis, Hyper. Thank you very much for a very nice comment. Really appreciate this as well. Can we join Discord right now? Sure, you can. Simply go into the description right here, click the link right here on Discord, and you can join it completely for free there. Let's see. GG, sir. Should be hold shorts. I have a big short at $69,500. Unfortunately, I'm not a financial advisor, so I cannot really give advice on this. But I would say, personally at least, I would like to see something like this. Pretty much what we have been talking about the entire live stream. Push down, take the liquidity, and then pump it towards the upside. Let's see if it happens. If it doesn't happen, of course, I get stopped out of my long trades. But yeah, this right now is my main plan on BTC. Bullish on hitting the like button. I mean, definitely. I'm personally also very much bullish here. So if you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you right to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also right now, thank you for watching the entire cryptocurrency live stream. Again, I'm definitely going to do another one next week. So if you haven't really enjoyed this one, join the next one that is going to be in 1 week time. Also, of course, you can watch tomorrow's video where I'm going to do, of course, an update on Bitcoin, and see where we could potentially go in the upcoming days. With it being said, thank you for watching, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day. See you tomorrow. And of course, peace out, everyone.
Vitalik, clapping. Vitalik, impressed. Happy and clapping. Vitalik is impressed. Vitalik clapping, 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 clapping. Vitalik clapping, clapping.